Hey everybody, welcome to the Conscious Love Show. Whether you are single, you are in a relationship, or you're healing a broken heart, this show is here to inspire you, to remind you how beautiful, lovable, and amazing you truly are, and to give you the practical tools and insights to navigate from wherever you are right now to the loving relationship that you so deeply want to have. My name is Shane Kohler. I'm a certified transformational coach and trainer with over a decade experience helping people release their trauma and open their hearts to love. I've delivered seminars all over the world, coached thousands of people through my online platforms and programs, and every week I'm coming straight to you with the hottest insights and the best teachers around, bringing you powerful resources and profound conversations to heal your relationship with love, dating, and yourself. I'm so grateful you're here, and if it's your first time, welcome. You can count on me to always show up for you with my very best and a commitment to learn and grow myself so I can serve you to my maximum ability. Thanks so much for tuning into the show. I've got some awesome things planned for you today. So without further ado, let's dive in. Yuri says, I feel so loved by my boyfriend. However, this is the second time he stops talking to me for days because we had a misunderstanding. How to handle this? If he promised me it was not going to happen anymore, and here we are going through the same situation. So lots of love, Yuri. This is a very real, very relatable thing. I hear you. Been there myself at times. I've obviously worked with a lot of people who've been through things like this. So this is a challenging thing because ghosting you for days after a misunderstanding is not appropriate behavior for a conscious relationship. It's just not. And I hear that you've already addressed this. I hear that he's already said it's not going to happen again. So what do you do now? And I understand in many ways you may feel so loved by him. In many ways, this may be a great relationship. But there's something happening in the dynamic here that is just not acceptable. If he needs time, listen, I'm really struggling with the disagreement we just had. I need some time to process it. I'll reach out to you tomorrow. That's okay. Him taking some space to reflect, to think, to feel into it. That's okay. That's appropriate. There's nothing wrong with him doing that. But the thing is, if he's dedicated to the relationship, he does reach out tomorrow. He does what he says he's going to do. He gives you the safety of knowing that, okay, if he says he needs some time and he's going to reach out tomorrow, I can count on him to do that. I don't need to worry that he's going anywhere. It's essential in a relationship that we create this kind of safety for each other. Because when we don't offer each other this kind of safety, there's no structure, there's no stability. We don't know what to expect. The next time he disappears, he might never come back. And that's not fair to you. That's not fair to your nervous system. It's keeping you in a state of like fight or flight, always walking on eggshells. If I say this thing or if I do this thing, is he going to disappear? Is he going to run off? Now you start censoring yourself. You start shrinking yourself and tiptoeing around to try to make sure you don't upset him. That's not an okay context to live in a relationship. And it's not okay that he does that to you. Now, he's probably not an evil villain. He's probably a complex human being with complex trauma, with complex feelings. He doesn't always know what to do or how to do it. He doesn't know how to communicate the right thing in the right way. So I understand where he's coming from. And sometimes when people are uncomfortable, they just shut down. That's a valid, known survival trauma response. Whatever misagreement or disagreement or misalignment you had, his way of handling it is to shut down, to withdraw. That's not bad. It's not wrong, but it's also not workable in a relationship. And I know you know this because you've already talked to him about it and he's already said it won't happen again. So this has been addressed, but what's happening is his trauma is now taking over and his trauma is superseding what he said. His trauma is causing him to break the agreements that he's made in a relationship. And listen, If you can't make and keep agreements in a relationship, you don't have a relationship. A relationship literally comes down to the agreements that you make and keep with each other. So yes, it's understandable what he's going through. It's understandable why it's happening, but it's not sustainable. And it's not going to support a relationship between the two of you long term. So this is the conversation that I would have with him. I would say something to the effect of, we've already talked about this. You promised that this would not continue happening. This is something that I literally cannot tolerate. If this continues to happen, you need to know this is a deal breaker. This is going to be the end of our relationship. If you need time to reflect, if you need time to process, I'm happy to give you that time, but I need to feel safe and secure and that you'll come back, that you're not going to disappear for days. I understand that maybe there's something coming up for you that's just really difficult and you don't know exactly how to handle it. But that's something that I need you to work on. I need you to, if you need to talk to somebody, if you need a coach or a therapist or a counselor, like I need you to work on that and be able to come back. It's not okay to just disappear for days at a time. That's not something I can accept. It's not something I can be okay with. That doesn't create safety for me. That doesn't, allow me to regulate my nervous system. Like it's not okay. And, could you give him a second chance? Sure. Like, I think we can give a little bit of wiggle room here in these kinds of situations where, okay, I communicated it once. Maybe it wasn't really clear. Maybe I need to make it really clear. Right. I understand that things may come up. It may take some time to work through. I can give him a little bit of grace as he comes to terms with these things, as he makes sense of them. So yes, you can be a little bit flexible here. But at the end of the day, this is a real deal breaker. This is not behavior that a healthy relationship can be built and sustained on. So the conversation needs to be real. Like, this is deal breaking behavior. This is the kind of behavior that is going to cause you to lose this relationship. I don't think that's what you want. I understand where it's coming from. I understand why you might respond this way. I'm not judging you. I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying this is not workable for me. It's not workable for us. And so when you want to withdraw, if you need a day, if you need a couple of days, we can talk about that, but I need you to stay in communication with me and I need to feel secure in that you're going to come back. And if you feel unable to do that, I need you to get help for that. I need you to find someone to talk to about that. Because if this keeps happening, it's going to get to a point where it's not okay for me anymore. You could even say, I don't want to let this little thing supersede or overcome all the good that we have. Right? I don't want this one thing to break all the positives in our relationship. But I'm telling you right now, if it happens over and over and over again, it will. I'm not going to stick around forever if you continue to allow this to happen. And you could even temper it with, I love you. I care about you. I want this relationship. I want this to work between us. But if I'm going to stay in this relationship, if I'm going to continue opening up to you in this vulnerable way, I need to feel that it's safe for me. And right now it doesn't feel that way. So I hope I've given you some language for how to communicate this, Yuri. Again, this is very real, very powerful thing you're bringing up. And I know it's something that so many people experience these kinds of things. But you need to be able to name a deal breaker when it shows up. And you need to recognize that, like, at the root of this conversation, this is something I've often said. The only real power we have in a relationship is our willingness to walk away from it. When we get into a dynamic with someone where they can do anything and we won't leave, we are now completely at their mercy. That's the only real leverage we have. And I'm not saying to use that as a form of manipulation. I'm not saying to threaten to leave every time he does something you don't like, but I'm saying there needs to be a real tension in the relationship where he understands that he needs to earn your presence through his presence. He doesn't get to just do whatever and expect that you're just going to be there. This is the sacred accountability that we have in a relationship with someone. It's that even if it's not spoken, even if it's not threatened, there's an understanding that I earn this person's presence in my life through my presence in theirs. And if I'm not showing up in that presence, I could lose this. That needs to be on the table at all times. Even if it's not being threatened, even if it's not being explicitly stated, it needs to be in the water in the relationship. We can never get so comfortable that we think that person is just going to stay no matter how we show up, no matter what we do. Because that's literally not cherishing and honoring the human being. And sometimes we need to be accountable for ourselves. There's been times in my marriage where I've had to be accountable about that. Say, like, I really need to start showing up differently. And sometimes we need to hold the other person accountable when we don't feel that they are honoring our presence in their life. So thank you for the question, Yuri. It's a beautiful question. I want to send you some love. I know it's such a delicate thing that you're going through right now. But he's not entitled to you. You don't owe him anything. Your presence in his life is a gift, and he needs to honor that gift by remaining present in yours. Yes, there can be some flexibility. Yes, it doesn't have to be absolutely rigid. But there is a point where these things become deal breakers. So thank you for the question. Lots of love, Yuri. Best wishes to you as you navigate this with him. I really hope it works out for the both of you. Really do. Thank you so much. Thanks again for checking out the show. Please subscribe on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on the most. And I would love it so much if you leave a review and tell people what you think of us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram @TheLivingRelationship to connect more closely. And I'm grateful to be supporting you on your journey to love.